Right, thought I'd do this quick video on the bonnet because it's getting near completion now, which has taken all afternoon today. I filled this hole in here, so that's kind of all nice and smooth now. Can't really tell there was a dent there at all now. That's at 400, I think. And this, I've got a couple of holes here which I've got to fill. One there, one there. I think that's pretty good. And this is the flattest LandRover bonnet ever. Now, I still don't know whether I'm going to have to knock that dent out or not. I'm not sure yet. My painter might be able to tell me. I might take down the painter and ask him. There's a couple of mistakes in it. There's one there, which I haven't quite done. Probably could do, actually. That's a bit of a high spot, but it's all right. But that is a pretty flat bonnet. That's at 400 so far. Obviously, can't paint on it yet because it's only 400. But and then the other side, exactly the same. Nice and flat. Nice and smooth all the way down. There's a little bit of a high spot there. Might have to knock that in. I don't know yet. Ask the painter about that as well. But the edges are totally cool. Nice and feathered look. There's a bit of feathering where you can see the layers of filler. So that's nicely feathered. And again, it's at 400, so can't really paint it yet because it's only at 400. But that is a nice flat LandRover bonnet. So I'm pretty chuffed with that so far. I'm going away tomorrow, so what I'm going to do is put a layer of matte black on it just to protect the naked paintwork. The naked metalwork. This is all, naked metal. It is aluminium, but I don't want it to get kind of dirt and stuff in it. So put a little coat of matte black on it. I use that as a guide coat next time when I'm rubbing down anyway. Then see if there's any further little dents in. That could be a dent. I'm not sure. It doesn't feel like one. This one's not. Yeah, that's just the level of primer that I haven't got down to. Because this all had primer on to start with. I've got that one to really do. It's just a bit of filler. We'll take that off. And I could probably flatten these sides out here actually, but I think I might because that'll be pretty good if I do that. I mean, it'll look pretty good anyway. I've got one probably there I could flatten off. See how that's curved looks? So it won't actually form the straight line. It'll form the line, but there'll be a little crease there. There's obviously been someone stepping right there and it's pulled that in. So I've put the boot there. That's where one of the dents was, and it's pulled it in, So I might. Shall I do it or not? I'm not sure. So it's quite a lot of work just to get this. It took me all afternoon just to get this far. So it's not an easy job, this, even with my my plane. But she's done. She's nicely feathered. She's nice and smooth. She's at 400. I can run a 600 over her just to make sure she's tidy. But I want to fill this first before I run down to 600. Oh, this one's not at 400 yet. That's too rough. That's probably still at 80 or 120. I think that's that. So yeah, looking good. Well, I'm not saying looking good to be fair, but looking as good as she can at the moment. A little bit of black for a guide coat, and then we're finished for the day. I think that's enough. And the new bumper's looking pretty good. I put out that new straight bumper. That's really good. So signing off for now. Next job will be in about a week, I think. Hence I'm going to put some black paint on there to protect it a bit, just so it doesn't get dirty and moisture inside it. And then come back to it. But she's looking pretty good. I'll do a walk around so you can see what I've done so far. So bumper went on today with the bumper stops there. Quite easy. They're just two little grommets in there. And on the bottom that hold this bumper stop on, or bumper edge, or whatever you call it. 4 bolts to put the bumper on. That was pretty good, pretty easy. So that's all on now. So it saved bashing out the old one and the old bent one. There's a few patches of touch-up filler now coming through the primer. The hinges are going to be black now, decided, and we've done a lot of the back to make her even smoother. The top's done. And now the back's filled, all the holes are filled and fillered and sanded, so that'll look pretty good when it's finished. Now, one thing I was expecting was this. Oops, let's close that. I was expecting this bar to come today, and it didn't come. So the sealant's come, the glue, and I've noticed that if you get rivets from, I've just noticed that should be grey. That's all. That should be primed because it creates this lip here. So I want that straight across. So you can see the cross member is one line, and then the edges go down as well. So this should be the same colour as the body, that bit there. So the cross member starts there, then goes, you know, goes across the different colour. So this bit's going to be green. That's going to be green. It'd be brilliant if I could get these galvanised and stuff, but no, I'm not going to now. And then that's the same colour as this, and that's black. So yeah, so I was hoping to get that one today. So I got the rivets from, you notice these LandRover rivets. These are quite big-headed rivets. Now these are a few of these need replacing because they're all loose and stuff, and they come loose after time. There's about, I don't know, there's quite a few that are loose. So what we'll do is we'll drill them out, get the right size drill. I mean, that one's blooming hanging off. Yeah, so a few of these rivets need replacing. So what you do is you drill them out, and then get a nice rivet gun, and then rivet them back in, rivet new ones back in. But you've got to watch out, because if you get just normal size rivets, they won't have a big enough head. And if they don't have a big enough head, they won't look the same as LandRover rivets. So if you get them from Bearmac or get the size from Bearmac at least, and then, I mean, get them where you want. I mean, they're just pop rivets, but the Bearmac ones, I've just bought one today, and I think it was 18 pence for a rivet. And there's not millions they're going to change. There's only like 20 or 30, so it's not expensive. But if you get the real LandRover rivets from Bearmac, you'll get the right size head, and then it'll look normal. There's a couple of extra big rivets on here. I think these are trim. I'm not sure if they're aluminium or trim rivets. They're bigger for some reason. I don't know why. I'm sure we can suss that out. But yeah, but the rivets are all across the whole LandRover. I think they're all the same size. I haven't seen any different ones. The ones on the bottom of the door there where the repair was the same. They put the checker plate on with the same size ones. All that checker plate, these rivets here, they're all the same size. That one there and that one there. So yeah, so use LandRover rivets. I'm not sure if they're called blind dome or something like that. These have, all the centres have popped out on these. But if you get them from Bearmac, they're the right size. Because I've got one today, so I'll get a bunch of them from Bearmac and then start replacing rivets. As I say, there's not millions to replace, but you might as well have the right ones in there and all nice and tight. So I'll sign off now. I'm going to put a little coat of paint in here to protect it over my week's holiday, and come back to it in a week's time. Okay, cheers.